If I have a favourite class on a Hottrax weekend, it's the Ducati race. I absolutely love it. 600 and 620cc, carbureted and injected, so we have effectively two classes. The Ducati Desmodue Class A, Class B. Number 36, James Stevenson, third fastest, and 21 across the front there. Chris Clark, our pole position man. Andy Challis, who is a flyer in this class, the white helmet furthest away from you in pole position. Just listen to the wonderful exhaust notes as the flag goes. They're watching the lights. Away they go. Terrific off the line. An absolutely packed grid because this is a cost-effective class. Control tyre class, all on the Dunlop qualifier. Now, if I were a British Superbike, I would say number 88 was Scott Smart, because that's the race number he always chooses. And he's been on Ducati for ever and a day. A rider there on the grass making the most of it. Andy Challis away with it. Stevenson with the blue fairing was very well up in the first bunch, but Andy Challis just got such a cracking start from pole position. Let's pick up the top 2 or 3 as they come out of the Shell Oils hairpin. Andy Challis it is. Number 21, Chris Clark right with him. Then it's Stevenson. Then further down the order, the race is really, really hotting up already. 9 laps to do, boys. Don't do it all on the first lap. It's a long way to go. Challis right with him. It's Clark. The white numbers denote that these bikes are injected. He was on the front row as well. That was Paul Valeta, the number 10 naked bike. Started from second position on the grid in actual fact. Stevenson from Isleworth being shuffled back just a little bit there as he got caught up in the traffic. Some wonderful, there's a Paul Smart Imola 200 replica look-alike there, or rather a very nice trellis frame with a bump stop. These three then going away. Challis and Valeta, look at Valeta, number 10, right with him. Paul Valeta on the Ducati Monster, underneath Andy Challis, taking the lead, grabbing first place as they go down Deer Leap and over the line at the end of this lap. Challis in second, Valeta leads, number 10. Then it's number 21, Chris Clark. So Valeta's 620 naked bike getting the better of the fairing on the Monster. He's looking good, isn't he? He's right in the wind as well, so he just may help him at a point if he could sit up and use it for engine braking. Valeta on the Monster, neck and neck with Andy Challis on the inside. Goodness me, they're close. Very, very close indeed, up towards the Shell Oils hairpin. Challis back in front. These three then breaking away. Now is Valeta going to come under some pressure for second place? Challis has muscled his way past him again, got his head down. Valeta's got nothing to get his head down behind. Chris Clark on the 583. Let's look at the number plates and I'll tell you whether it's a carbureted one or an injected one. It's carbureted. The two bikes ahead of him injected, and that's a carbureted one, so conventionally aspirated, I think the technical term for the third place bike of Chris Clark. The Dunlop qualifiers working well. They're a good all-round, all-weather tyre. Number 12 forcing his way through. Tom Halifax, number 12. Number 96 looking strong as well, Dave Jenkins. But look at these three, what a massive gap they've got over the fourth place man. Challis, Valeta. Then it's Clark, who's made his way up to fourth. Difficult to sort out in the traffic. The first bend was hectic, but then it always is here at Oulton Park. Old Hall, a deceptively fast corner. There's your third place man. Look, fourth place not even on the start-finish straight yet. A wipe of the visor from Chris Clark. Still very damp here, so they have to be very careful, but I have to say the Dunlop's a good all-weather tyre and get quite sticky even on a cold, dank day. Wayne Thomas And there, the early good runner. He was going very, very strongly, the 36 of James Stevenson. Under some pressure now, has dropped further down the order. Race leader, Chalice. Still Beleta from Toaster. Chris Clark from Huntingdon over in Cambridge. His nearest circuit of any consequence will be Cadwell Park, I guess. So presumably that's where he does track days and testing. Battle further down the order. Wayne Thomas, number 28, in the thick of the action there. And our man Stevenson, number 36, under some pressure with that bunch. 64, Alan Ball. And then number 50, looking strong as well, Andy Claridge. There was a good shot there of the Ducati side on, just illustrating the trellis framework, which is so distinctive on these Bologna-built beauties. And the exhaust note, second to none. Race leader Chalice still looking supreme. Just think, for 600 cc's or thereabouts, they're lapping pretty well here, doing around 2 minutes in very difficult conditions. There's Stevenson, 36, in the middle of the pack, trying to force his way through as well with the number 84. That's Tom Roberts, the SS. Not much between these bikes, of course. You see, it's going to be very, very close, isn't it? Andrew Claridge, number 15. Just look, as I said, just look at the shot of that bike. Wearing his rookie vest, indicating that he hasn't completed until we've got a flag for number 64, which means that he has a mechanical problem they want him to pull in, I guess. Now let's have a look and see what that might be. Andy Chalice, though, no such problem for him. Still going well, Paul Beleta. Kevin Palmer, 16. Another very, very nicely injected bike. That's a lovely, stylish tailpiece on that. There's Stevenson. Flicking from left to right, right to left. Here's your first two. They're dropping away the third place man. Chris Clark now further down the order. Beleta, if anything, is closer now on Andy Chalice. If you remember, cast your mind back to the Anglesey round, Chalice was dominant there. Really, really useful rider. Tom Roberts holding station there at the tail end, really, of the top six. In serious danger of being relegated with the guys that are close. Look at Beleta. Beleta now, number 10. And I tell you, acquitting himself really well on a naked bike. He's getting all the side wind, all the headwind. And if there's any spray about, it's all over his visor, where number 27, Dallas Hornblow, up into 4th place. Now, ahead of him, Chris Clark, number 21. So, Hornblow, number 27. Sponsored by Café Bonjour from Headington in Oxford. There's your race leader. Just remind you again, if you want to get into this Hottrax series, just take a look at Hottrax on the internet. H-O-T-T-R-A-X. Google Hottrax, it'll tell you where to go. You can join the race series, you can compete in 3-hour endurance races, you can have a thoroughly wonderful time. Tom Roberts, looking good now. He's looking very, very consistent. And obviously loves his Ducati racing. There's your race leader. How close, though, I ask myself, is Beleta? Not very, Barry, is the answer. Because over the line, with 1 lap to go, it's a massive advantage for Andy Chalice. So what has happened to Paul Beleta? Why has he lost something approaching 10 seconds? Obviously had a moment. And that could be the moment. The rain is absolutely lashing down again. It's come and it's gone here over this entire Hottrax 2-day event. And it's made it very difficult indeed. I know a control tyre is a useful thing to have. It's a treaded street legal control tyre as well, so it is designed to operate in all conditions. But when those conditions vary as much as 3 times in one race, it makes it impossible for the riders to read the conditions. The higher point, though, of that hairpin, you can see where the water has been washing down towards the apex of the turn. That's a fallen there. There's somebody parked on the grass there in a very undignified way. Rider fit and well. A look over the shoulder then from Chalice. Is there anybody behind me? No, mate. Don't panic. You're coming down to Knickerbrook. You've got less than half a lap to do. Through he goes. And away over Clay Hill. Number 61, that's Phil Wilcock, and he's up to 5th place. Is he going to grab 4th? Go! No, not that way, you're not. Too much, tapped it on, lost the back, it was a low side. Oh, what a shame. Crashing out of 5th place, Phil Wilcock on the last lap. Well, he's not a happy bunny, neither would I be, I can tell you. He was within sight of 4th, he was closing on the back of Dallas Hornblow. Here's your race leader, though, among the tail enders. Just the one bend to negotiate now. The left hand of the checkered flag will be ahead, and Andy Chalice has ridden to another impeccable victory in the Ducati Desmodue class here at Oulton Park. Leg out indicating he's slowing down. It was a good result. Well, Dallas Hornblow almost lost 4th place, but it was lucky for him he stayed on. Chalice, Belater, Clark, Hornblow, Kevin Palmer, Wayne Thomas completed the top 6. Andy Chalice marches on, doesn't he? Matt Lawson, Wilcock, he'll be sad because he's the rider who crashed. There it is. Clark, Stevenson, Halifax for the Class Bs. The weather made it very interesting here at Round 4 Oulton Park, and next time we're out, we're to the side of the country over at Cadwell. Join us again, it's going to be fun there.